In this video, I'm finishing the last piece of furniture for the cardboard dollhouse that I began 2 years ago. The dining room, kitchen table, and chairs. I made 2 sets, one for this house and one for my granddaughter's house. The style of the chairs are similar. For the first set of chairs, I used skinny sticks. Since they were so thin, I glued 2 sticks together to make them stronger. For the second set, I used a 1/4-inch square dowels, which was actually faster and less time-consuming to use. But the process is the same for construction, whichever material you decide to use. For the seat on both sets, I used 2mm basswood. When you make multiple items of the same, you eventually learn a better way to put it all together. I also made a round table with a center pedestal post for my small kitchen. My kitchen is small, so I only had room for a small round table. I made the chairs slightly smaller for this kitchen as well. You have to make what fits your space best. These are the parts needed to make one chair. You can cut the pieces with a craft knife or use this special cutting tool. But I found that the 1/4-inch dowels are made of soft wood, and this tool is a little too powerful, and sometimes it crushes the soft wood. So a craft knife would be preferable, unless you have a miter saw, which is great. I attach my miter saw to a corner base to help it stay in place as I cut with the mini saw. But this tool does work great for flat pieces of wood, and it saves you time. You do have to change your blades when the knife edge becomes dull with the craft knife or the cutting tool. I always keep an ample supply of extra blades for both tools. I can give you the measurements, but you can adjust them to your needs. I had to sort of downsize the table and chairs for the small kitchen because I didn't have a whole lot of space to work with. Now, let's get into the tutorial. Now, a round table tutorial. For that, I used popsicle sticks for the top. First, I glued them together side by side. I made 2 squares with the sticks and then glued both squares together, one on top of the other. I turned one of the squares so the sticks went perpendicular to the other square. I used clamps to hold them together while the glue set. Then I traced a circle using a small bowl and then used my scroll saw to cut the circle and then sanded the edges smooth. I rounded off the top corner of the table.